Urban romance has me in an absolute chokehold. I've read 3 books over the past month, or not even the past month. Actually, that's a lie. I read 3 books over the past like 6 months that were specifically urban romance. One being Demon's Dream by L.K. Son. Anybody knows, they know. L.K. Son wrote the most beautiful novella. As far as I'm concerned, it's a novella. It's just cinematic. It should be a movie. It's so good. And then Jacques J, she wrote 2 books that I'm like, they're like a series, that part. So 10,000 Hours with a Rich Menace, if you know, you know, and Don Caselli. That one's more insta love, but both of them are woo! Anyway, welcome to my channel, y'all. My name is Thea, or Thea the Great. I prefer Thea. Maybe I should just name myself Thea on here instead of Thea the Great, but anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Today, I'm just going to go over 3 books that I've read. They're urban romance. Okay, Son wrote a novella. It was an absolute novella. It's called Demon's Dream, and it's not fantasy. It's not fantasy. So his name is actually Damien, but he goes by Demon because he is like in the streets. He's on demon time. He murders. Ooh, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but he be killing. Anyway, so Dream is like the good girl. Aren't all these books like that? So Dream is like the good girl. She's the fixer of her family. Her brother D'Angelo married Demon's niece. Demon's niece is Damon's obviously his brother's kid. So y'all, Dante's crazy. Dante's like the head honcho of, I'm assuming this is Texas, because some of the things that were said, I'm like, this is giving Texas energy. Yeah, it's just definitely Southern. Anyway, so Dream is basically her and her father go to Dante's house to fix the situation between Dante and D'Angelo, because D'Angelo got Dante's daughter pregnant and he married her without his permission. Mind you, this is just crime shit. You know what I mean? This is like, these are crime families. So Dante's not trying to hear it. He's like, I should kill you, and I should kill that D'Angelo, and I should kill you, talking about Dream's father. And he's like, man, that's not even necessary, blah blah blah. Dante proposes this idea. He's like, he brings Demon in after Demon done murdered somebody. He's covered in blood, looking scary and fine. Brings Demon in, y'all. He sees Dream. Dante's like, oh well, they gotta be. Dream is now demons for 30 days. Girl, what the fuck? What you mean you just sold her? That's not even your property. Like, she's a woman. She's a human being. Be respectful. They don't have respect. So long story short, oh god, it's like 800-page book, so it's kind of hard to like shorten this story. Long story short though, Demon falls in love with Dream and vice versa. Demon killed a lot of people behind Dream. You touched Dream, you got murked. I shouldn't be saying this with a smile. This is actually terrible, but it's for the fiction. It's for the plot. It's all for the plot. So yeah. I'm going to stop there when it comes to Demon's Dream, because I don't want to give it away. But if you haven't read Demon's Dream yet and you love urban fiction, what are you even doing? Do you even like to read? You haven't read Demon's Dream? Let's be for real. Next book, 1201. Oh, 1201. I forgot about the 1201. So it's 4 books that I read, not 3. It's 4. 1201 was 1. That was the first one. Demon's Dream. That was the second. Don Caselli and 10,000 Hours with a Rich Menace. Those were the 4 urban fiction romance books that I read over the span of like 6 months. Those weren't the only ones. It's just these are the ones that were my favorite. Anyway, 1201 was written by Bella J. This was a cute little book. So it goes like this. What's her name? My bad. So the main character's name is Time. The main male protagonist is Midnight. Midnight bails Time out of prison, out of jail, because Time went to her ex, who was Midnight's twin brother, wedding, and crashed that shit with a bat. What? That's the first 5 minutes of the book, mind you. Read 1201. So in this, she smashed the wedding cake. She smashes the entire wedding. They catch it on video, and the family's like, bam, you're going to jail. We're going to press charges. Midnight bails Time out of jail, and then he takes her on like this whole adventure to his cousin's party, their cousin's party. I forgot the cousin's name, but the cousin's party. and the party's called like 12:01. At 12:01 on New Year's Day, all the freaks come out. All the freaks come out. Yes, we love it. So that's all I'm gonna give y'all with that book. Y'all should read it. 10,000 Hours with a Rich Menace by CHOKEHOLD. Woo. Now, I thought I was in love with Damon. Honestly, Smoke Salinas in Demon's Dream that's bae right there. But Demon was fine too. But Demon might be he a little too crazy for me. He got a lot going on. But I love me some Smoke and I love me some Demon. Anyway, now Menace, Maverick. Oh, I'm Stevie. As far as I'm concerned, I'm Stevie. I'm Stevie, y'all. Yep, that's me. That's me. Maverick or Menace might possibly be autistic, and he definitely has OCD. The premise of 10,000 Hours with a Rich Menace. Basically, the families like of Staten Island were like, Menace, you gotta find a wife. He's like, nah, I don't need that. I'm good. Then Menace's Menace's brother, Don Caselli, we're gonna get into that next. Don Caselli sees that someone's been stealing from the family case house. The case house is basically a brothel, but we're not going to get into that right now. They treat the girls right, so whatever. They don't mistreat them. Someone's been stealing from case house, and they trace it back to Stevie. Now, Stevie is definitely neurodivergent. Fine, curvy, beautiful woman. Anyway, curly hair like me, but mine is flexy, right? Anyway, that's not the point. So Stevie is having the time of her life on vacation with her best friend. I can't remember the best friend's name right now, but she's irrelevant, but she's relevant to the reason why her and Stevie and Menace get together. Ooh. So they basically kidnap Stevie, kidnap the best friend, and they kidnap Stevie's dad. Y'all, it's a mess. This book is such a mess in the best way possible because, y'all, Menace is insane. Like, he'll have like scenarios in his head where he's like, you said my mama's a bitch. No one would have said that. No one said that. Why would he just like do that? Anyway, so 10,000 Hours with a Rich Menace. Stevie and Menace are technically, it's like a business arrangement, but Menace doesn't like when people say that. He specifically hates when Stevie says it. Priscilla is Stevie's best friend, and she basically auctions Stevie off to Menace because Stevie's a prized possession because she's a virgin. So she's like, oh, she's a virgin. You should take her as your wife. Girl, how you gonna just give somebody up like that? That's supposed to be your best friend. You just threw her under the bus. You're a bitch. Anyway, now Don Caselli was a very cute book, and I see myself a lot in Navy. Don is the main character, but Navy is the woman lead. Navy is a social media girly. She's really good at it. She's a influencer and content creator in a sense. And Don is Menace's brother. He's wealthy. He has a cybersecurity degree and I think an accounting degree or something like that. And he works under Menace, who is his older brother. So this is part 2 of the Caselli's family. CHOKEHOLD put her foot in these books, okay? I can't wait till the next one comes out. But right now I'm reading Delgado as well, the Delgado series. I'll get to Capone soon. Soon come. Anyway, so basically, Dawn is obsessed with this girl named Kennedy, but Kennedy is complicated. And I'm not saying Navy is easy. I'm saying Kennedy is complicated in the way that she doesn't have to make her life as hard as she makes it, is what I'm basically trying to say. Kennedy makes her life really hard. Like, she didn't have to work for Case House. And like I told y'all, Case House is a brothel. She doesn't have to work there. She's Menace's goddaughter. She could be doing literally anything, but she's like, no, I need to get it out the mud. Girl, you're making her life hard for no reason. Dawn was willing to take care of you and love you. You're just stupid. Anyway, he goes to Kennedy's birthday party and he sees Navy. Navy's in the book. She's reading. Who does that, first of all? She's reading at the bar or she's reading at a table because she's like, I don't care about this situation. I don't care about this party. But she got dragged along by Green, who happens to be her cousin. And Green works for the Casellis, specifically Menace and Stevie. So Dawn sees Navy. They start chatting it up. And he just likes how real she is. Somehow he ends up taking her home that night. I forgot how, but not taking her home in the sense of where he ends up sleeping with her. Just taking her home. And she opens up to him. And she's just really authentic. Navy's a very authentic, beautiful soul. She gives it to you real. She is real. and she's beautiful. Beautiful. What I love about all these authors is that the characters seem real. They seem attainable. Maybe not the male characters, but the women, they all seem so real, like an attainable type of archetype. Like they're not overly this, overly that. You know, they're just not normal. They're not. Let me fix that. They're not plain Janes or anything like that. But they have their own complexities, and it all can look like a version of me. I love to read books where the characters look like me. I can see myself in them. I don't like reading books about Fabio and Sarah Jane. You know what I mean? If you get what I mean. I don't I can't relate to those books. I'll read a good memoir, which I'll get into on another video. I recently read a Renaissance of Our Own by Rachel Cargle. Rachel E. Cargle, and the E stands for Elizabeth. Anyway, I adore her. She's taught me about reimagining my life and not necessarily having to reinvent myself, but to reimagine it. And I'll get into that on another video. But that's all I'm gonna give y'all on Don Caselli. But I have a question for y'all. Comment down below. Do y'all enjoy urban romance the way that I enjoy urban romance? Do you see yourself in these characters? Does it seem like it's not too far fetched? Like if you grew up like I did, I grew up with smug dealers outside, literally, of my house, sitting on my stoop. You know, I know smug dealers, you know? Well, at least I used to. I don't anymore. I'm not a part of that life. If the FBI is looking, don't look over here. I don't know them people anymore. I don't have no information. But basically, it's just really refreshing to read about black people who are in love. Men that happen to be black. No, men who are black, who love their women, who stand 10 toes down behind their women. And their women happen to be black too. Like, not to make it a race thing, but to make it a race thing. Yeah. Yeah. I just love to see black love. Black love is my favorite genre of love. If I'm going to be in love, I would prefer to be in love with a black man. But it's always going to be black love, even if I'm in love with another race, because I'm still black. Anyway, that's besides the point. With that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for joining me on my FaceTime call. And I'm sorry, I'm just like so jittery. I've had coffee, pre-workout, and coffee. I've had 2 cups of espresso, cafe bustelo, instant, but still good. Love y'all. Bye.